Well, folks, we have got some huge news coming out of New Hampshire, the 2026 United States Senate race in New Hampshire. Incumbent Senator Jeanne Shaheen announced she will not be running for re-election here in 26, making her now the third sit-in Democrat up for re-election in a relatively competitive state that will not be running now. Let's take a listen to the message that she just released about an hour or two ago.
Serving the people of New Hampshire, first as state senator, then as governor, and now in the United States Senate, is an incredible honor. New Hampshire is where Billy and I chose to start our family, raised our 3 daughters, and now we're watching our grandchildren grow up. I ran for public office to make a difference for the people of New Hampshire. That purpose has never and will never change. But today, after careful consideration, I'm announcing that I have made the difficult decision not to seek re-election to the Senate in 2026. It's just time. To my remarkable and dedicated staff, and to all those who have partnered with us over the years, thank you. Together we have made a difference. Above all, thanks to my family, who have always been by my side. To my husband, Billy, who's been there through good times and bad. Our daughters, Stephanie, Stacy, and Molly, our sons-in-law, Craig, Ryan, and Hugh, and our 7 wonderful grandchildren. They're the best. There are urgent challenges ahead, both here at home and around the world. And while I'm not seeking re-election, believe me, I am not retiring. I am determined to work every day over the next 2 years and beyond to continue to try and make a difference for the people of New Hampshire and this country. I hope you'll join me in that effort.
Okay, we get the point where she's going right here, but this now, like we said, makes her the third incumbent Democrat senator who is not running for re-election. That obviously started off with Gary Peters in Michigan, who initially announced that he would not be running for re-election in a very, very competitive state. And then Tina Smith, of course, announcing that she would not be running for re-election in Minnesota in 2026. As we know, Michigan and New Hampshire and Minnesota are in the top 4 targets for the Senate GOP fundraising arm. These are the seats that they are going to be targeting. Like we said, Michigan, Gary Peters, not running for re-election. Look, barely won election by a little over a point and a half back in 2020 when it was a good year for Democrats. As we know, back in 2014, he did a lot better when he was initially elected, but 2020 is a lot more competitive in Michigan. Looking at Minnesota, you had incumbent Senator Tina Smith announcing she is not going to be running for re-election. We have 2 Democrats, Peggy Flanagan and the former minority leader, I believe she's from Edina, Melissa Franzen, who just recently jumped in the race about a day or 2 ago. And now looking at New Hampshire, where Jeanne Shaheen obviously won re-election back in 2020 by a very comfortable margin in New Hampshire. This could open up a huge opportunity for Republicans. Although Chris Sununu has declined as of right now, there have been some recent reports saying that he may be jumping back in the race now that Jeanne Shaheen is out of the race. Since she is not running for re-election, there has been some rumors just this morning and last night that Chris Sununu, who is very, very popular in the state of New Hampshire, could be jumping in the race. And we're just going to look at Chris Sununu because just to exemplify, show everyone, let's see if we can find his election here in 2018. Look at this right here. Gubernatorial election in 2020. In the same election, it's not going to bring us there. In the same election that Jeanne Shaheen won re-election by 16 points as a Democrat in the state, that same party voted for incumbent Governor Chris Sununu by an even larger margin. Almost 22 points he won by. 22 points in the same election that Jeanne Shaheen won re-election by 16. Wow. Talk about a swing. Talk about a ticket splitting. I guess you call it a state, but New Hampshire, like we said, they're number 3 on the list of for Republican Senate senators who want to flip the Senate, or I shouldn't say flip it, but who want to expand the margin of victory that they have there. So let's just take a look where we are right now. Obviously, let's just get the safe seats in place here. Oops, not Colorado. But if you're looking at a map here, oops, sorry. Kentucky. Okay, here we go. This is what you're looking at right here. This is how things are laid out. If Republicans, oh, excuse me, what am I doing? I clicked the wrong one for those. You're looking at where we are right now. This is where these are the seats that are considered toss-ups or lean. I would say Minnesota and New Hampshire were considered lean, but now that there is not, especially in New Hampshire, now that there's not an incumbent Democrat running, and there's a possibility that Chris Sununu jumps in this race, this could be huge news for the Republicans. Huge news for the Republicans. Because all we know, the Democrats really have no shot at getting control of the Senate. But Republicans want to expand on their 53-seat majority that they have right now. Because this is how it is laid out as of right now. You have a Democrat senator from Minnesota, Michigan, New Hampshire, and Georgia. This is the, something's not right in the current makeup of this right here. The Republicans are holding a seat in here that I messed up on. But, that's okay. Because just to show you my point, excuse me, what am I doing? Maine. Susan Collins, duh. You think I could pull my head out of my butt for that one. But you're looking at a map right here. New Hampshire, Michigan, Georgia. Trump only lost New Hampshire by what? Couple points? 5-6 points maybe? Let's see. New Hampshire. Wow. 2.5. 3 points. Trump only lost the state by 3 points. Chris Sununu won it by 23 points back in 2020. This could be a huge opportunity for the Republicans to get to 55 seats. As we know, they could flip Minnesota. I see it's unlikely, but Michigan. Trump won Michigan by what? 180,000 votes. He won Georgia. He barely lost New Hampshire. 2 states, President Trump won in 2024. Democrat is up for re-election in the Senate. New Hampshire, that could get you to 56. Minnesota, 57. But even if you hold those two and flip these two, you're still at a 55-seat majority. So we have some huge news. Obviously, we're going to keep you updated as things, as more information comes out on this. Drop down below, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you never miss another video from us again in the future.